Hey, what's up? Getting your first Rhyniognatha can prove to be a confusing and complicated task, but in this video I'm going to show the simplest way to get your first one in ARK Survival Ascended. Pheromones are a crucial component of taming a Rhyniognatha, and it's important to have as many as you can possibly get. To get pheromones, you need to kill male Rhyniognatha's. They spawn in some parts of the island swamp, but are quite rare, as only 2 can be active at any given time. You can easily find them with a pteranodon if you just fly over the swamp while looking at the trees. They're pretty dangerous as they are quite fast, have high health, and shoot projectiles, so the best way to kill one quickly is to bait it over to a wild dino and then shooting it down. Just gather up as many pheromones as you can, as it's always good to have spares. They store for about a month in the fridge. The host creature will be basically impregnated by a Rhyniognatha and eventually killed off during the birth, so you shouldn't use something you care very much about. The host can range from anything as small as a trike to as large as a bronto. I suggest taming a medium or high level Diplodocus, because they have high health and decent mobility, which will greatly help you during the taming process. Your tamed Rhyniognatha will absorb the level of your host as well as the wild Rhyniognatha that impregnated it, so having a high level host will give you a better end result. But since this will likely be your first Rhyniognatha, you shouldn't worry too much about level. Just make sure whatever host you use has at least 10k health and a saddle. Also, while you're at this stage, you should craft a primitive fabricated pistol and a magnifying glass. So now you should be adequately prepared to tame a Rhyniognatha. To do this, you need to find a wild female Rhyniognatha. Once you do, you can bait it over to your host creature, which should be nearby. When the Rhino comes in close to attack, you need to check its health using the magnifying glass. It needs to be brought to under 10% of its total health, which is where the fabricated pistol comes into play. It does chunks of 50 damage, so it's perfect for chiseling down that health bar. Once the Rhyniognatha is sufficiently low health, feed your host creature a pheromone, and then just wait. Given enough time, the wild female Rhyniognatha should impregnate the host. If you're unlucky, you might need to use multiple pheromones. Now once it's impregnated, you need to hurry back home. So as you can see, the host will have 2 timers. One will be counting down the baby's birth, and the other will be counting down the host's cravings. The cravings are basically just random items the host will want to eat, and successfully completing them will increase the level of your baby. There are 5 cravings in total you need to complete, and they can require crazy things like black pearls or element, so don't worry about it too much. After birth, the baby will come out at roughly 30% growth, and it can then be raised like an ordinary baby. So that concludes the guide. Hopefully by now you're ready to tame a Rhyniognatha yourself. But anyways, I think that's about it. See ya.